Ahoy. Welcome to Wednesday.
You know, it's funny you did that because I just sitting here thinking it was very quiet in here this morning.
Wednesday's edition of Morning Breath, where we've been sitting in here in complete and utter silence
for like
the last
10 minutes. All
We're
four of
saving
us.
it all for the on-air
We
segment.
said not one thing until Peter said 5.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I want to be very careful, not wake anybody up.
I'm
was incredible.
I'm so glad you started that way.
I think only guys could do that.
Yeah.
We didn't give one crap about what anybody else was thinking or whatever.
No, we're saving it for the on-air segment.
We had stuff to do.
Yeah. I was reading articles.
So now I'll be good.
That might be an inside joke, but that was very funny.
You could hear a pin drop in here. It was.
I heard you swallow every bit of that, whatever you were drinking. Jack. All right, so welcome. This is really, I didn't mean to start such a low-key thing, but it was so peaceful in here. We were just, the zen was good.
Very good.
It was awesome. So now it's back to normal.
Now we're back.
We're back. We got SPP in the house.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy to you, my lad.
And he's got a microphone today.
He's running the show. He's got a microphone.
I can now speak again.
It doesn't happen often.
Nope.
We have to take a mic from you occasionally.
It's a good thing. Got people in here. People talking.
We need like a whiteboard behind you. 0 days since last mic failure.
Since last talking
Since
privileges.
last
Yeah,
SPP
yeah.
couldn't talk.
It wasn't a mic failure. We just had a room full of people, so we had to take
It's
the
a good.
mic away.
It's a good problem to have.
There you
Good
go.
problem to have.
It's a good problem to have.
You like not being on the spot, don't you?
Little
you
bit.
Got
Little bit.
you got out of today's takeaway yesterday.
Yeah.
It's true. And I got a jar of salsa yesterday.
And a jar. Speaking of that, have you tried it yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I got it saved in the fridge.
I polished mine off last night.
Did you? So here's some breaking news.
Breaking.
I did talk to my mom last night, and because I again didn't get the salsa in the draw, and so Peter now has got a Cindy jar and a mom jar of salsa, so he's doubled up. He's the only one doubled up.
Okay.
But she goes, I don't know if I should come on your show. And I said, well, you're getting called out now by the fans. I said, so you have to at some point. I said, you got an open invitation. So she's considering it, and maybe as early as next Monday, because it's Cinco de Mayo, and she might show up with some salsa.
Oh my gosh.
Don't know if it's going to happen, but she's
I
considering
wish you
it.
wouldn't have told me, because now I'm going to think about it.
She is considering it.
Okay. All right.
She's got something going this weekend, so she didn't know if she can get back and then get up here on Monday.
Anything I can do to talk you into that, Mom, let me know.
Yes.
That is breaking news right there. There's a lot to think about.
It is, but it's only a consideration at this point.
Okay.
She still has reservations. She doesn't.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't think I can. I think I'd freeze up. And I said, well, I don't think you would.
I don't think so.
I have to continue plugging the sources to see if that meter increases from just considering to the car's been full of gas. and
Right. Yes.
She's on the way.
So there it is. Denise is calling her out again. Martha needs you on the show.
It's true.
But you can't come unless you bring salsa.
Yeah, and I'm out.
So timing's good. She did say she's not going to mail any more salsa. She goes, I paid a lot of money to the USPS.
I saved the box. So, I mean, if she comes, I can give her the box back that mine came in that still says Tim on it.
Still says Tim. Yeah.
I found that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't toss that. It was in the area.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, let's see. We got SCB. We got Boss Man Matt.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy to you, Boss Man Matt. And Mad Jack with us this morning.
Ahoy.
Ahoy to you.
Mad Jack. He gets a nickname before Rachel.
Well, that one, Mad Jack was easy. It was easy. Or it could have been Jackson.
Jackson. I was actually mad. I lived up to the nickname again yesterday. I was mad yesterday.
Were you?
Literally, yeah.
What happened yesterday?
Favorite basketball team lost again. Out of the playoffs.
They're out?
They're out.
Who
They're
was
done.
that?
The Milwaukee Bucks.
Milwaukee.
I-
I got to tell you, Jackson, I don't.
It's okay.
I'm
It's
not
okay.
watching it.
I don't want to take up too much airtime with it.
No, go ahead. It's
SPP
okay.
got the fill yesterday. It was okay.
It's all right. You can talk about it. I just don't. I
No,
don't
it's
follow
okay.
pro basketball anymore.
You're saving yourself a lot of emotional anguish that I have incurred in the last 2 weeks of this playoff series that they're
So
in.
you're done watching now that Milwaukee's down?
No, I actually, it's like kind of the opposite. Now I can watch with like a weight off my shoulders because it's like
now
I don't
you're
have to stress.
free.
I can just watch basketball and just enjoy the sports and
Very
not have
good.
any investment.
Very good.
That's the way I look at it.
So you don't have a second favorite team?
No, I usually like, if it's the playoffs, I'll pick one up and be like, oh, I'll kind of root for them. But
But if they lose, it's not like
exactly, it's not the
you're
end
not feeling.
not the end of the world as it has been for the last about 12 hours. But it's okay.
Has Milwaukee been a contender of late?
They have.
Just not that long ago, weren't they?
They won a championship 5 years ago.
Yeah. And I don't follow much NBA either. But
See, I didn't know they won.
I did know that.
I just felt it apropos, given the Mad Jack nickname, that was lived up to yesterday.
See, I had a feeling.
Yeah. Yep. You knew.
Had a feeling.
You knew.
Had a feeling.
Okay. Excuse me. The other feeling I have is that the Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank
you, Casey.
Thanks, Casey and all the gang at KCTC. And the Morning Breath crew this morning, the four of us, are sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Willie.
Willie.
Thanks, Willie. All the Hy-Vees and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh. So I finished watching, I told you, I think a week ago about this $1 Million Secret. It's on
Yes.
Oh,
Netflix.
yes.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
No, you were telling us about it. I'm intrigued by it now, though.
Oh, you have to watch it.
Yeah.
I have watched all 8 episodes now.
Wait, and you told us, but what's that on? Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It is really good.
Because you started watching it because you were like somewhere else and it was on, right?
Yeah. It was at my son's and it was on.
Yeah.
And so I kind of forgot about it. Even though I talked about it on the show, I kind of forgot. And then I mentioned it to Patty, so we watched it, the other night.
Yeah.
Hooked immediately. Held myself to 2 episodes. 'Cause
Right.
It would have been very easy to just go
Binge
all
the whole
in.
thing.
And then I wouldn't have been here, or I would have been just,
Been tired.
I'd have been really tired. So, worth the watch.
Yeah. That's always the best feeling when you just get hooked on a new show.
Lots of twists, very interesting. And the premise of this is I think they started with 11 or 12 people. Don't remember. And they each and they're in this mansion, and somebody's got $1 million of cash in this little chest,
Okay.
and everybody has a chest. So,
But you don't even know if you
nobody
have.
knows.
You
You don't know until you go to your room and open it up.
Okay.
And then the idea is you don't want anybody else to know you get the $1 million. But there's tricks and
Right.
trip ups
yeah.
on the way, and there's competitions, and there's eliminations, and
Do they switch chests and
they
stuff
can
throughout?
switch chests. They have the ability to do contests to get extra votes or get immunity from getting voted out. It is really, really good.
Well, it would have to be because if they just handed them out cases and said, "Okay, go to your room and see if you got the $1 million, and if you do, you win. It's over." That'd be a very short series.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was short enough, but perfect length
Good.
because it's very difficult.
How long are the episodes?
50 minutes.
Nice. Okay.
So I mean, you can roll off a couple pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's worth it's worth a watch.
Okay.
I finished it last night, and I don't want to say anything more other than that. But watch it, and we can talk about it
All
sometime.
right.
We got some hellos out there.
A few. Jeff was here bright and early, and Denise and she's calling out my mom, and my mom replies and says, "Okay, I'll think about it, Denise." So
See, we went from maybe I'm considering to I'll think about it.
She told me on the phone last night she was considering it. But Jimmy's here. I don't think you were here yesterday, Jimmy, but he says glad you're back live. So
Oh yeah, we had a faux pas on Monday,
yeah,
and we're back. We're back for real.
we had
yesterday and today.
we had to kick the equipment a little bit and get it fired back up.
Tap 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 on it.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is going on. It's cold. It's a little colder today. It's golf day. I'm a little concerned. I'm going to get my golf.
It is golf day, and not to not to steal your thunder, but today
Yeah,
is
yeah.
National Golf Day.
National Golf Day. I have to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's
There's no question.
It's a big day, yeah.
It's required that you go.
Do I have to wear a hat or a special hat?
I didn't read the description of what all entails in Golf Day. I assume you just go.
You gotta wear like the plaid vest.
There you go.
Do you have a master's hat?
Say again?
Do you have a master's hat?
I do not.
Ah.
I do not.
I think I got someone on the inside this year to hopefully get me one. So I'm trying to add that to the collection.
No kidding.
Yeah. Had a friend go.
I have lots of friends go.
Yeah. But you have to have them buy you some merch. Because I always think that's such a cool thing. You can only get it there.
You can only get it there. And I told a story one time you weren't there that I was just driving around and I happened upon Augusta.
Really?
And I called the clubhouse and they were very kind but said no.
No.
I just wanted to
You got any tea times available?
I just wanted to see it.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
I just want to buy a hat, man.
Can
Let
I
me
just,
in to buy a
I'll
hat.
I'll just come into your clubhouse and buy something. I don't care.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
They were very nice. I'll give them that.
Yeah. I'm sure they get those calls.
So,
But happy National Golf Day.
thank you. I'm also tickled to death to know that it is National Walpurgis Night.
Yeah, so I didn't know what that was either.
I looked it up
I did too.
because I don't know.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
No, I hadn't either.
Kind of like Halloween.
Well, it's in Northern Europe, and it's kind of the end of winter, beginning of spring celebration.
Yeah.
Is basically
But
it.
you play tricks on each other.
Oh, I didn't even read that far. I got
Oh,
bored.
I got deep.
You went deep on Walpurgis.
Walpurgis.
After $1 million, it was just Walpurgis.
It was important to me to know.
Of course.
It's important.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else you got over there, Matt?
Well, I just found this story this morning. The top 18 overtime earners with the Phoenix Police Department over 2 years collectively added $5.3 million to their paychecks. 18. That's just overtime, not their regular salary.
Okay.
$5.3 million. So that's an average of about $294,000 per officer over 2 years. So it's $150,000 a year, roughly, in overtime. And the auditors identified extreme examples among the top earners. There were 94 times that officers worked more than 20 hours of overtime in a day.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's amazing.
It is amazing.
20 hours overtime.
Yes. One officer worked 98 hours of overtime in a week. And another officer averaged 61 hours of overtime every week for a year, the report said. Now, there's legitimate overtime. This seems extreme.
It doesn't know. I'm not certain that the math all adds up correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, does the person sleep or eat?
Yeah, I'm thinking there's an issue going on there somewhere. So, at Phoenix, they have, and they did say this, they have Super Bowls and they have big events where they do have overtime, but this seems a bit much.
Yeah.
So $5.3 million in overtime between 18 officers.
That goes in the file of that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mad Jack?
Yeah, I just the math is not mathing there. Yeah, I don't think
Even
you can
Jimmy
have
says that, The
20
math
overtimes
doesn't quite
in a
work out for me.
I'm surprised nobody caught that.
Well, they
How did
did,
that happen?
but it took a couple years. Took a couple
Yikes.
years.
How much did it end up costing him?
$5.3 million in just in overtime.
18 guys.
18 guys.
Wow.
And I don't know how big the Phoenix police force is. I'm sure it's hundreds, but these particular gentlemen found a loophole somewhere. Or
wrinkle.
it shouldn't. Maybe ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who they were.
Who knows?
but
Police officers.
yes.
I don't know. Do I feel any better about that than if they were taking bribes or something from the mafia or
True.
whatever?
True.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's kind of like we did a story. It's been a while ago now, but I think it's South Carolina. The legislator all of a sudden did an audit on. They had $10 million in a bank account that nobody knew what it was,
Oh my
where
gosh.
it came from,
Can't figure it out.
and they didn't know. It was like millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And it was just nobody knew what it was or where it came from.
What do we do with this?
Yeah.
Dibs.
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 Yeah, I at that time I voted to give it to SPP, but we didn't know him yet.
You know what you do? You
Exactly.
lock the entire legislature in the governor's office, and you each give them a briefcase. One of the briefcase has
There
the
you
$10
go.
million in it, and you make a TV show, and then you
There
make
it is.
$20 million.
Boom, bah.
Yes.
Jack, you got to figure it out.
I'm a thinker. they
I once
say.
found a $20 bill in a pair of jeans I hadn't worn in a while, and I thought that was pretty good.
nice.
I was pretty ecstatic about it.
It's the only part about doing laundry I love.
I went to Disney World as a kid, and literally the only thing I remember. Well, I remember other things, but the first thing I remember about that trip was finding $5 in the parking lot. And
What?
buying
Get
stuff
outta
we-
here.
And buying stuff, which for a 10-year-old or however old I was,
Yeah,
I'm rich.
$5 is a lot of money.
Great gas
Was.
station.
It's not $5.3 million
It's
added
not-
to your
not
paycheck,
quite.
but
I didn't have a paycheck back then.
yeah.
That $5 was overtime.
Exactly.
I'm enjoying these. I don't want to make you jump ahead, but these wild weather facts.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
next after the break.
I'm locking in from that.
Yeah, Jack, you can say whatever, whenever.
Okay.
As long as somebody else isn't talking, and
Hey.
even that shouldn't stop you.
If someone, I'm a broadcaster. If someone puts a script in front of me, I follow the script.
I haven't had a script for 301 episodes and barely looked at it.
Exactly. You haven't read one yet. So
Like I didn't know our tagline was up there till I don't know,
No
a
rules.
couple weeks ago.
No rules for the skipper. He makes the rules.
actually, I'm not sure a tagline is in there.
Well, I think at one time it was.
Oh.
And you probably quit typing it in.
It's
'cause I
like
wasn't
it doesn't
reading
freaking read it anyway. So why am I going to keep putting it in there?
It's 7:30. I think like we should take a break. What do you think, SPP?
Yes.
Very good. We'll be right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to Wednesday's edition.
Ahoy.
Morning breath. Ahoy.
Hump day.
Hump day. Mike.
I don't know what that was. Can anybody tell me about that?
Classic commercial.
Hump day commercial.
Okay. I know. I apparently missed all that.
Oh no,
Some
that
point in my life.
there's a camel. He ran around hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah,
Guess what day it is? We'll show you after.
it was for insurance.
So
I
yeah,
can't remember. Probably Progressive.
Geico.
It was Geico.
Geico. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
It's not coming back to me.
Yeah. Well.
Makes no difference. You can show me afterwards.
I will.
We'll have another break.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we have a reason to break. Mad Jack.
You're welcome.
We have some wild weather facts that we should from other planets.
I'm so excited for this.
So what makes me wonder is how accurate they are. I mean, they haven't figured out Earth yet.
Well, as we'll see, some of these are big storms that last like centuries, so they can be. It's not like they snuck up on them.
So if it started 400 years ago,
they kind of have a pretty good idea of what's going on.
it's not like a switch where it's going to be done tomorrow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I gotcha. Well, go.
Well,
fear
I'm
not.
gonna let Jack go. He's all into
I'm
this.
all in. I'm by no means a smart person, but I just think space stuff is really cool. Okay.
So is Tim. You guys are right there.
The first one, this is from Exoplanet HD 189773B.
Oh, that's
so-
up that
Yeah,
way.
that
Yeah,
way,
it's-
right.
it's-
Okay.
yeah, it's over
I
there.
think I
And
knew
Don't
someone.
go to
I think I knew someone
3C.
from there.
3C is a different
Yeah,
place.
3C doesn't have this. Keep your eyes peeled out for this planet that gets indescribably beautiful blue hue from its rain. As it turns out, it's raining horizontal glass shards at a rate of 4,349 miles per hour. Imagine that.
Yeah. So now, if the weather guy came on and said, "All right, next Monday, there's going to be horizontal rain
Batten down the
glass
hatches.
shards," I would take that seriously.
We have a glass shards warning.
Exactly. And also, somebody needs to get more creative with their planet names. But
Yeah, so that needs I don't know what you call that, the glass planet, but I'll come up with something.
yeah.
Several planets raining gemstones. How do diamond rainstorms happen? Lightning on planets converts methane gas into carbon, and when that carbon hardens, it eventually takes the form of a diamond. Makes sense. Jupiter and Saturn have very hot core temperatures that eventually melt the gems. Diamonds tend to remain solid on planets with colder cores, like Neptune and Uranus. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Good
I
way to
think,
get
like, I
diamonds.
knew all that.
Yeah. Well, sounds like we need to figure out how to get to those planets.
They're a long way out there.
They are a long way out
Pretty
there.
far.
Pretty far.
A lot of money on gas.
This one's my favorite, the Great Red Spot on Jupiter. The biggest storm in recorded history, raging for 300 years and still going. That's why it's the red spot.
I kind of wonder.
Yeah. That one.
How did we know that started 300 years ago? I'm
It's a
curious.
good question.
It's a good question.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But-
Like I said, not a science guy. I just think it's cool.
It's the numbers are uncomprehensible to me.
Yeah. Well, it's a huge storm, extreme temperatures, extreme wind, and the duration, of course, 300 years. But I don't know if I have it in here, but it was like, oh, right there. The storm, the size of the storm is more than 2 times the size of the Earth. So you can see it.
Kind of.
Yeah. And it did not sneak up on you. It's the size of the Earth. And it's
Right.
been going on for
For
300
centuries.
But
plus
it's a
years.
speck. It's a little speck on
On an enormous gas planet.
on a very big planet. I just don't know how they said, well, it's really cold or it's really hot. They said extreme temperatures. How do they know this? They're guessing, aren't they?
They know
Somebody's guessing.
They just know things.
Just talk to the meteorologists there.
Yeah, they just call in.
There is somebody reporting.
Yeah.
Somebody reporting.
I'm sure there's
Live from
like
Jupiter.
Another rain delay for this baseball game.
I'm sure there's like satellites that like can pick up like weather data, because I feel like it's like our atmosphere too, right? Like, how do we get our own weather data? It's like satellites are out there and they probably are able to read stuff with some sort of instrument. I'm sure they just like are able to send a beam over to Jupiter and can kind of read temperature.
I'm curious
things
about
and-
this.
I don't know.
I'm not
That's my
buying
be-
that.
That's my best. That's my best
Yeah,
guess.
didn't
I'm
like
not buying
Voyager go like fairly close, and I don't know,
Might have.
and then it melted, and they knew it was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess that's hot.
Yeah, that's too hot.
Sending
Back up from that a little
The
bit.
answer's always sending probes.
Now
I
we
don't
know we can't get that close.
Can't get that close.
But I just think it's cool. It's like it's such a big storm that's so bad it literally has a spot, like it's like a freckle on a planet. Wow.
It's amazing the stuff that's out there.
Storms on Saturn crank out 10 volts of lightning per second, and it covers the entire planet. So it's like if on Earth it rained everywhere at the exact same time, and then you got 10 lightning bolts per second everywhere.
That'd be pretty bad.
Again, if they came on my TV and said next Monday, worldwide storm with much lightning, I'd pay attention.
Very much lightning.
Very much lightning.
That's a meteorological. That's a
Meteorological.
weather term.
Fast and fresh is that one? Is that a weather term?
Yeah, that one. That one. Go ahead. Anybody.
Wait, there's another one. Oh, the okay. So this one was interesting because I mean I feel like there's always talk about like, oh, colonizing Mars, going to live on Mars. Dramatic temperature increases and decreases can get downright crazy on Mars. The temperature can be 70 degrees Fahrenheit, will quickly turn into a minus
It's a
100.
lovely day, by the way. You know,
Yeah,
70.
right.
Right.
We're gonna take
Perfectly
70
temperate.
on
You,
Mars?
you could golf on Mars. Minus 100 degree night it can
Yeah.
turn into.
So
Like you
Don't-
talk about the desert.
So don't leave your windows open at night because
Right.
it gets cold.
Pretty
You can be
cold.
like, you go to bed, it's 70, and it's like, yeah, I'll just pop open the window a little bit. Yeah, you close it pretty quick.
High
Yeah.
70, low of minus 105.
Minus 105.
You're gonna have to plug the blimp in, so it's start in the morning.
Right, right.
Exactly.
This just sounds like a typical day in Colorado. I think this is fine.
Yeah, I don't think there's 170 degree temperature swings in Colorado. Maybe I'm wrong, but
That's a big change.
Yeah, 170 degrees. I think it's crazy when we get 30 or 40 degree temperature changes
Which
around here.
happens regularly.
Yeah. So
Such a drastic shift gives way to a 100% rate of humidity that lasts until the night's frost dissipates.
which is when it gets to 70 again the next day.
Right.
So let's just all hurry up and go to Mars.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we all love the cold so much.
We're just starting summer.
Exactly.
Just turned the corner.
So maybe it'd be like minus 90 now that it's summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Sun will,
Gets a little nicer.
sun will get in there, yeah.
It's obvious we know a lot about space.
I'd go to Mars.
Yeah.
You go to Mars?
I'd go to Mars. If someone said you could be on the first passenger ship to Mars, I'd go.
Well, isn't that where Elon wants to go?
Yep.
Probably.
Yep. So I don't think you were here the day. So we talked about this. Would you go to space or would you go to the depths of the ocean?
Space.
Yeah, in
Space.
a heartbeat. Would you go to the depths of the ocean?
No.
Me either.
Ocean's way scarier.
Agreed.
I know there are things down there. I don't think there might be things in space, but like
Well, but there's 170 degree temperature swings
That's
in
true.
space, and
that's true.
Don't forget about the horizontal
glass shards.
coming at you.
I still would go to space. I don't know that versus like a giant squid or something.
But they're more scared of you than they are.
Are they though? Are they though?
The Kraken? I don't know. A shark?
That anglerfish down there with the big light.
Yeah,
I think he knows
yeah.
what he's doing down there.
Ooh, a light. Yeah, well, I don't know. I would not go to. I don't want to go to the bottom of the ocean either. But I'm thinking a giant squid versus 4,000 mile per hour glass shards coming at me horizontally.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Get an umbrella.
yeah.
Metal umbrella.
Titanium umbrella. Yeah, good stuff, guys. I think that I would do either. I would go to the bottom of the ocean as long as I was in a vessel that I knew was not going to
Implode?
Well, I think that's one of the biggest problems, right? I mean, in space, we've gone to space plenty of times.
We got that figured out.
There's been accidents, but mostly they are okay. But the bottom of the ocean, the only thing about the bottom of the ocean is if you implode, they say it's like milliseconds. You don't even know what happens.
Yeah.
You're just done.
Yeah, it's an insane amount of pressure.
Yeah. And it's just over.
It would be the exact opposite of, if you became unattached to your vessel in space.
Right.
You're just floating around in freezing cold temperature.
Yeah.
And no air.
Well, you'd eventually run out of air.
You would run out of air.
And that'd be the end.
I would hope you could hold your breath enough to see something before you go.
Well, you could.
Then you're just flying around until you hit an asteroid.
So that's a fair point.
See, if you are just talking floating around seeing nothing, I'd rather be floating around seeing a bunch of cool stars than just water.
Exactly. That's a great point. At least before you die, you've got a good view.
Nice
Hell of a
constellation.
view. Hell of a view.
It's just dark at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Water.
Yours right.
A lot of water.
You need a good battery in that flashlight. So, SBP, we got to take a break because I can see Boss Man Matt is itching to get set
Itching
for
to
the
get
day.
going.
He wants set for the day. We're right back.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back. It's Wednesday, hump day.
Hump day.
We're all here. Had some commercial. We didn't get to that. So after the show, I'll have to see that.
Jeff says, if you live in Iowa, you must love the cold. And Jeff, that is false. I'd say a no to that.
How bad was Iowa hit with the polar vortex in like 2018, 19, or whatever that was? Did that get Iowa?
It did. Look, it didn't remember. We don't remember.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I remember it being cold, but not like
It's cold
insanely
every year, though.
cold.
I mean,
Yeah,
we had minus 20.
it wasn't a
this
different
year,
level of
probably.
cold from what I remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got hit bad. It was like minus 40.
It was minus 100 actually.
Minus 100. Mars.
Minus 100.
And then it was 70 the
Shut
next
up,
day.
Mars.
So
so
worked
so
out.
the,
With a high of 70.
the ice melted and it was all good. We got over it.
no glass shards.
Well, at that temperatures, you get some pretty, maybe. You just never know.
Hard snow. Frozen
But,
snow.
but Jeff, to answer your question, no, you don't have to love the cold to live in Iowa. We stay here for other reasons, not because of the cold. You all right, Tim?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Okay. Bring in a screwdriver, I think.
All right. I probably have one.
All right. Should we get set for the day?
Let's get set for the day. It is Hump Day.
Hump day.
It is the 30th day of April. It is the last day of April. We're already in May
How
tomorrow.
about that?
Sheesh.
May Day.
I know, that's something.
Did you get your May Day baskets made?
I did not. I'm expecting one from you to bring one in tomorrow, though. And please don't put cotton in chocolate because not a fan. Just wasn't a fan. Sorry, it was a good gesture, but
Listen, it wasn't my idea. It was my granddaughter.
this is episode 301. Temperature right now in Fairfield 52, Mount Pleasant 52, and Washington 49. A lot of clouds today with a chance of rain this afternoon. And as I look out the window, I don't know if it's cloudy or not. There's a brick wall.
You could never see.
We don't have the best window for weather viewing.
I've been talking about that window for I don't know how long.
It's a nice window from big, but it does not go out to anything.
Yeah, I need to paint a mural over there. High today of 62 and a low of 53. Today's headlines from SoutheastIowaUnion.com. Fairfield Chamber names Gowdy and Elker Citizens of the Year. Henry County considers local burn ban ordinance amid rising fire risks. Washington County engineer named head of a national association. Sports
Just
tonight.
like any national, like the National Association of Saturn watchers.
I know you've read it, but
Jupiter weather.
I know you've read it, but
I did read it.
You have to go in the Southeast Iowa Union newspaper or .com. You can find out the whole story.
Fair enough.
The only sports tonight: Washington boys golf are in Sigourney, and Washington boys soccer is at Waco. This day in history. On this
No
day,
Milwaukee Bucks to watch.
no Milwaukee
no.
Bucks.
They are
I
not.
thought I'd bring that up again.
That's
to twist that knife
that's
a little
okay.
longer.
It's all right.
On this day in 1993, pre-SPP, computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee releases the source
Along
code.
with Al Gore.
Releases the source code for the world's first web browser. The browser, dubbed World Wide Web,
What?
becomes the first royalty-free, easy-to-use means of browsing the emerging information network that developed into the internet as we know it today.
You can't believe how that felt when that happened. Mad Jack.
In 1993.
SPP. You have no idea.
We had
Well,
no idea in
It
1993.
was eight
Hell no, we
years
didn't.
pre-SPP. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable feeling when this happened.
Yeah.
Except we didn't know what the hell it was.
And at that time, probably were like, whatever.
It really made no difference in your night life.
No. I'm trying to remember the first time I got on the internet, and I can't remember. All I know is this dial-up, and to load a picture, it came in steps.
We didn't. The internet. What the heck is that?
Yeah. Well, I remember thinking like Mountain Dew, and it's like, go to mountaindew.com. It's like, why the hell do I want to go to mountaindew.com? What's going to be? I know what it is. What am I?
I can't drink this through a computer.
Exactly. What am I going to do at mountaindew.com? But here we are.
It was amazing.
Eventually.
Eventually, as soon as we figured out.
As soon as we figured out what it was.
And saved enough money to get that
Yeah,
stuff. 'Cause
exactly.
It used to be really expensive.
Yeah, you guys didn't have to live through the dial-up days. Those were
That
something.
was horrid.
Ugh.
But you did it.
You did it, and at the time it was like cool. And then AOL sent out discs in the mail to every household in the country, I think. And so you got an AOL disc, and you had to pop it into your computer and load AOL so you could have email and whatever else that did. Yeah, you guys missed it.
There were sometimes you'd get on the internet.
You didn't miss it.
You
missed it.
Download a picture. You could fix supper.
Exactly. To load a picture.
Come back.
Come back after for breakfast. You could see the picture or for
Exactly.
dessert. So, anyway.
Yeah.
How the hell that? I know that's what we did. You finish the whole thing?
Yeah, that's it. It's just that's 1993 is when the World Wide Web first launched.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Very good.
Random joke, random quote, random fact.
Yeah.
Random. We've done a lot of facts. Let's do a joke.
Random jokes.
It's time for a joke because, good Lord, we need this. We need to end on a positive,
Lighter
smile.
note. After talking about shards of glass flying at you at 4,000 miles an hour.
I need to.
Who's dinging?
My daughter.
SPP? Are you?
No, that's me. That's my bad.
Are you texting, boss man?
No texting and producing, Peter.
Bailey's texting me. Random joke. So I realize that the older I get, the more I regret all the people that I've lost over the years.
Right.
So in hindsight, maybe being a trail guide wasn't such a great idea after all.
You could have picked a better
Profession, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. Lost a lot of people.
Well, thank God you're here.
Yes.
You don't get lost.
Well,
And we don't get
I
don't
get
get
lost. I just don't lose other people now.
There you go.
So it's all good.
It's all good.
Do we have a takeaway today? SPP.
My takeaway is to make sure to bring my metal umbrella next time I go to space.
Absolutely.
Don't want to get hit by the
Absolutely.
shards.
Mad Jack.
My takeaway is we should go back to dial-up to figure out how early that storm started on Jupiter.
That might tell us eventually.
Eventually.
It would take just as
It'll
long
take just as long
for-
as the storm.
for the radar to load as it took. Which speaking of which, that was the coolest thing with cell phones. You could get that on your cell phone, and everybody had the weather app on their
Oh,
cell
yeah.
phone. You could watch the radar, and it
Yep.
was a screen like this big. And
That was like why I liked the weather when I was a kid because I would do it on my dad's BlackBerry. That and play not Minesweeper, but it was another game like that. But anyway,
there you go.
elongated takeaway.
Yeah,
I didn't have a BlackBerry. That was all the rage, though.
I had a BlackBerry.
Ooh.
I know, because I was cool. I wore it on my belt clip.
Whilst running.
No, not running. I wasn't running.
BlackBerry doesn't come with on the runs.
Yeah, no. Nope, the iPhone does.
Boss man Matt, takeaway.
Yeah, wall purchase night. I think we need to start that. I think that
We
needs
need to bring
become
it
a
over.
thing.
Yeah, why are we working today?
Well,
Wall purchase night.
I think you still have to work.
I do too. I don't think it's a national holiday.
So back that truck up. That's a good one. I like that. My takeaway is that the best way to give yourself a raise if the bosses won't let you is just work all the overtime you
Make
want,
the raise
Yeah.
yourself.
and it's fine.
Yeah, it's all fine.
You know, I worked 28 hours overtime today,
Yes.
That's smart.
and you know what? I'll just make my own rules.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bump my salary by $200,000 a year.
And if everything goes right, then if this new bill comes into law that says they're not going to tax overtime and tips,
Right. Even better.
we'll all be working overtime.
even better.
So I'd like to work. I'm going to put myself down for 3 hours today.
It's just
I
because
worked 90 hours today.
God dang it, Jackson. All right.
I'm
You
mad.
just jumped to 90. All right.
You can't do that.
20 hours of overtime in one day is the cap. You can't go over 20 hours of overtime.
That's really enough.
That's plenty.
All right. So I think that does it for us for today.
I think so.
Not forever. Just today.
I think we'll be back tomorrow.
Unless there's some severe glass.
Yeah, glass shards.
Shard
Nice.
warning.
So go out and have a great Wednesday. We don't really know what the weather's going to be. I'm going to try to attempt to golf.
Now that I've listened to so much space weather, my perception's all screwed up.
No idea. But go out and have a great Wednesday. Do think about May Day. I don't know if the kids still do that. When I was a kid, I used to have to make a May Day basket. It was a lot of fun. You went out and sat at a neighbor's house.
And then you ran. We're old.
Let's see if that probably won't happen.
Peter
again.
and Jack are like, whatever.
Yeah, they both picked up their phones. So
Exactly.
I'm looking
They-
at the-
they
I'm
were
looking at the-
done with that conversation.
I'm not even sure they heard me.
I'm looking up the Hump Day commercial.
All right, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer.
Have a great Wednesday. We shall return tomorrow. Until then, ahoy.